Dogs bark at everything. The mailman, a suspicious leaf, the emotional concept of wind. Cats, on the other hand, often act like they're above all that. So when a cat starts meowing at 2 a.m., most people assume, well, that's just what cats do. But here's the strange part. Adult cats in the wild are usually much quieter. They rarely meow at other cats. So if meowing isn't really cat language, what is it? The answer is more personal than you might expect. In the wild, cats are not chatty little roommates. They are silent operators. Imagine two tiny assassins meeting in a dark alley. They would not yell across the street, "Hey, how was your day?" In nature, sound is not small talk. Sound is a location pin. It tells predators, rivals, and anything with teeth exactly where to look. That's why real feline communication is often quiet. Cats rely on scent, pheromones, body posture, tail position, ear movement, and slow blinks that somehow contain more information than an entire family argument at Thanksgiving. It's basically a silent chemical encryption system. So why does the small predator in the living room sound like a broken radio every morning? Because in a cat's natural world, the classic meow mostly belongs to kittens. Tiny, helpless kittens meow when they're cold, hungry, lost, or calling for their mother. And that leads to a deeply uncomfortable question. If kittens meow to their mothers, and an adult house cat meows to a human, then in that cat's worldview, what exactly is the human? Basically, a giant hairless mother figure with thumbs. It doesn't matter if the human is running a company, closing deals, or deadlifting 200 pounds at the gym. In the cat's eyes, this impressive primate is still a slow, mouse-illiterate parent with sacred tuna privileges. But no one should feel too honored just yet. Even if humans accept the humiliating title of giant cat mom, there's still a bigger question. How does the cat make sure this slow, two-legged creature actually gets off the couch and obeys? This is where the story gets less cute and more strangely intimate. Researchers at the University of Sussex studied a special cat sound known as the Solicitation Purr. It sounds harmless, almost cozy, but hidden inside that purr, some cats add a sharp, high-pitched cry. That cry often falls around 220 to 520 hertz, overlapping with part of the range found in human baby cries. And humans are not exactly casual about baby cries. A person can sleep through 5 phone alarms, an Amazon delivery truck, and the neighbor deciding that 7 a.m. is the perfect time for leaf blowing. But one thin, desperate little sound from a cat outside the bedroom door? Suddenly that person rises from bed like a zombie with a mortgage and opens a can of salmon. That is not just noise. It is a sound built to reach us. The cat is not politely saying, excuse me, breakfast would be appreciated. It slips past logic under the "I have work tomorrow" defense and tapping directly into one of the oldest systems in the human brain, the caregiving reflex. So when a person stands in the kitchen at 2:13 a.m., red-eyed, barefoot, and emotionally defeated, they may think, "I'm just being kind." Biology has a colder interpretation. That human has been reached by an 8-pound roommate with whiskers. But this furry psychological operation has one strange flaw. If cats have cracked the human brain so well, why does a friend's cat still sound like a foreign film with no subtitles? Picture this. Someone visits a friend's apartment. The friend's orange cat walks over, stares directly into their soul, and gives one dramatic meow. The guest thinks, "Oh, he wants head scratches." 2 seconds later, there's a claw mark, a wounded ego, and a quiet lesson in consent. Then the friend walks in and says, "Why would you touch him?" That meow clearly means he wants the balcony door opened. Clearly to whom? That's the point. A meow is not just a sound. It depends on the moment. House cats do not seem to use one universal cat-to-human dictionary. Scientists have tested this by recording cats in different situations and asking people to interpret the sounds. The result is both funny and slightly embarrassing. Humans do better with their own cats. But when the cat is unfamiliar, the translation system starts crashing. There is no global cat language 101. Instead, every cat and human pair builds its own private dialect. Beside the bowl, it means one thing. Beside the door, another. Every time a human guesses, are you hungry? Do you want to play? Are you mad? Because the litter box was cleaned in the wrong emotional tone? The cat is also studying the human. Not coldly. Curiously. It watches what works. And it keeps the sounds that bring you closer. It adjusts the pitch, timing, eye contact, paw taps, hallway screams, and tiny tragic collapses beside the food bowl. Day after day, mistake after mistake, the two species build something strange together. Not fully cat language, not fully human language, but a household pigeon. A private system created by one animal with paws and one animal with Wi-Fi. Some cats have a chirp that means hello. Some have a scream that means the bowl is technically full but spiritually empty. Some have a noise that means I am not hungry. I simply require chaos. And every cat owner knows there is probably one sound in the house that cannot be translated by science, only by suffering. So are humans completely understood by furry little roommates? Did cats really build these private signals just to ask for one more piece of freeze-dried chicken? The easy answer is, come on, the cat just wants food. And sometimes yes. Cats are not above dramatic acting in the pursuit of snacks. But food does not explain everything. Think about the moment someone comes home after a long day. The bowl still has kibble. The water is fresh. The apartment is not collapsed. Yet the cat trots over and makes a short, soft trill, almost like a tiny pigeon wearing a fur coat. Or think about the bathroom door. The cat may not want to go in. In fact, if invited in, it may look offended. But the door is closed, and that is unacceptable. A closed door in a cat's kingdom is not architecture. It is a personal insult. In many cases, vocalizing is not just a request, it's a social check-in. The cat is not always saying, give me something. Sometimes it is saying, in the weirdest possible way, you're here, I see you. The household remains under supervision. And this is where the science becomes unexpectedly tender. Cats come from a world where silence is survival. Their ancestors stayed quiet because quiet meant safe. Yet inside human homes, cats learned to break that silence. Not because meowing at adults came naturally, but because reaching humans required a different kind of courage. They gave up a little of their ancient distance to live closer to another species. So the next time your cat meows, listen a little closer. Sometimes it means hunger. Sometimes it means protest. And sometimes maybe it means, I missed you. But I'm going to pretend I didn't.